Welcome on the Deadwood Jedi. I'm very excited today because I have on with me several guests from my team in this Hell Hades free-to-play competition. We are the Jedi Knights, spelled with an N, no K. Just Knights, like, dust came in. But yeah, we're coming in here into the competition, free-to-play competition. We're coming in strong. Started off in last place. Only way to go is up. So we're just trying to grind and improve here. Now we have a team of 6. We are missing 2 of our members currently. That's going to be Pogo, Pink Tie. Actually, I can actually pull up. We got the Hades website right behind us. Yeah, we got Pogo, Pink Tie, part of our team, but not here at the moment. And then we also have Dave the Wizard. I want to make sure I can find his logo here. I did not clearly prepared well. Wizard D, another member of our team, but it's hard to get 2 people in the same room at the same time, not to mention 6 of us here. So I feel very fortunate we've got 4 folks here. So we've got right next to me here, we've got Mr. J Star of Raid fame. We've also got next to him Mr. Is it Samael or Samael? How do you say your name?
It's Samael.
Samal, there we go. Samal right here. And then of course we got Aang at the very end as well. I want to kind of let you guys know what we're doing, what we're about. We're going to try and make this this collab thing every week. We're going to record it on Tuesday, probably put it out on Wednesday. But every week we're just going to kind of come together, talk about where our accounts are at, kind of compare notes, see where the competition is. So we kind of have a weekly update of what we're all doing here. I'm obviously going to have everybody's information, their YouTube, Twitch links, whatever it is they do, down below in the description of this video. So make sure to go check them out, please. But I figured first thing we should do, because I wasn't familiar with everybody on my team when we first started, but I figured, I know all these folks, but I figured they could do a quick introduction, let you guys know a little bit about, their journey, how they started, what they do. So you guys can, obviously have a better idea of what they're about. So Jay, why don't we start with you? I know you've been in this community for quite a while now. Why don't you talk a little bit about your journey, what you do, where people can find you, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, just want to say thank you, Jedi, for letting me be here. Pretty much, I've been playing Raid for 4 years and a few months. I watched a lot of the OGs back then, like with Stu Gaming, Hell Hades Without a Camera, Darth Micro, that far back. And I got into the game a lot watching people on Twitch.tv like Want to Mess, Manable Gaming, Boomer 69, players like that. And I just wanted to get in. In terms of content, I basically, I couldn't get in because I didn't have enough views on YouTube and Twitch, but I worked hard, and eventually Playrim did a Tag Team Arena Facebook event for people who wanted to become new content creators. And that was my way. I won 2nd place by making a video for Tag Team Arena, and I got hit up by the Diamond, and next thing you know, I became an official Tier 1.
Wow, the and Diamond. The Diamond brought me back, man. That one brought me back.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And just been grinding. Like, I know I need to do a little bit more, focus more on the YouTubes, but I'm a Twitch person. I like to help out the community. Sure. I do a lot of free account help. I do coaching. I do takeovers. I do a lot. Like, sometimes I do 24-hour streams, like just helping random people in Twitch. Like, I've learned a lot about the game. I've played over 400, 500 accounts. Just grinding. That basically is what I've done over time.
I love it. Well, we have our ringer on our team here in Jay. So I'm real happy to have you. I think that's a great addition to our squad here. Why don't you obviously you do a bunch of everything. And I'm never going to say your name right. You know that, right? Like, out of love, but Samael, that's not right. Samael?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Samael.
Can I just call you Sammy? Can we just cut it short?
Sure.
No, that's not. I can't do that to my bearded brethren here. That's not right, right? I will get it right. It's just going to take me a little bit of time. But why don't you tell everybody, like, what your where your focus is, tell us about your channel, my man.
Mm-hmm. So I started playing the game like 4.5 years ago, straight away on 2 accounts, and still up to this moment I play on my both accounts. some free-to-play challenge or free-to-play account from time to time. And just Jay mentioned a lot of CCs from back in the day. I watched them all. I started watching Salt.
Yeah.
He put me on a way to grind, to conserve energy, to conserve all the resources. So I'm just that kind of player, and And I started my own channel almost exactly 3 years ago. So I do content in Polish, so I'm limited to only one country. So it took me a bit of time to get to my 1,000 subscriptions so I could join the CC program. But I'm there, and I'm just trying to do good content, a bit of everything, a bit of news, guides, that sort of stuff.
Awesome. Well, hey, for all of our Polish listeners out there, this is the guy to check out. It's funny. I was in Poland this summer. Actually went by.
So the pictures.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was really awesome. Have you had a chance to? I don't know if you've had a chance, but you should reach out to Banana and see if you can't take a trip over down there and check it out. It's a pretty cool little office. They got a big 6 foot tall arbiter in their lobby, which is it's really awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah.
Well, they almost opened their office in the town I live in.
Oh wow!
But they changed the plans and they moved to Warsaw. But it would be so close. Yeah.
You're much closer still than any of the rest of us, so it might be worth the trip sometime. Awesome, great. Well, he was telling us beforehand that he runs 4 accounts currently, so clearly we got another ringer in here.
Yeah.
Perfect for us. I'm really looking for just people to pick up my slack is kind of my big thing here. So this is working out really nicely so far. But then let's move over to Ang, my man. Why don't you tell people? I know I know some of my viewers are very aware of who you are, but why don't you kind of give us a lowdown on your deal?
I think we share a little bit of the community because of the clan boss.
Yeah.
But yes, I started raids almost 4 years ago. I watched all the OGs as well. I loved mostly. I think my most watched channel was yours and Hell Hades, and I always liked raid because of the little things that you can make of the game, 1%, 2%, 1 speed, 2 speed, and everything changes. And this is my passion for the game. Yeah. I started my channel 3.5 years ago, and my channel is fully in Portuguese. I actually started a English channel, but it was too much work and I couldn't manage both channels, so I closed it. And
that's fair.
I'm running one account, and I mean, I'm running one account. I mean, my main is okay, I'll let you go for now, and I will run my free to play because I don't think I can handle 2 accounts at the same time. But if we can share, you pick one to cover your Slack, and I pick one to cover mine, if you don't mind.
Okay, all right. Oh man, I honestly feel the one account problem too. I'm I struggle with just my one account. To ask me to do a second one is what's happening here. Even when I get the opportunity to go on the test server, I'm oh well, I guess I'm not playing my main account for a week and a half here. It's really bad. But anyway, yeah. So this is the group we have, guys. You can see behind me, we've got the Hell Hades, the HH Gaming website. Right, this is where you go. You'll see this little bar right here on the on the main page anyway, but it takes you to here. You'll see all the different creators, including the folks that are behind me here. So if you were looking for their links, you can find them all there. You can see who's leading in what categories as well. I think if we go to the leaderboard, it does have overall team standings. You'll notice Team Deadwood no longer in last place. Woohoo! Of course, the point totals basically get updated every month, right? So even right now, even though that we're, not doing great, not a death knell of our team, it is kind of something that progresses over time. The standings and stuff is all updated when we log in the optimizer. I know for myself, I run multiple instances of raid pretty much every day, so I can't always be logged in. And so sometimes the points aren't fully updated. But at the end of each month, you will see much more much more accurate standings. I think not just for our team, but for all the teams. But it is an interesting way to kind of keep track of who's doing what and doing what where, and should be pretty fun to I think track overall over this time. But that's what's going on with the website. This is obviously our team. I'm very happy to have everybody here. I thought one of the things we would do today is just, as I'm gonna continue to do campaign runs because I need to continue the grind. It never ends, right? Because I try to finally finish 3-starring hard here on campaign. But I figured this is the best part. We can talk a little bit. We've been playing for about 4 or 5 days now. I think we're just coming up on our week. We're about to get Rathalos, the new legendary. One of the things we can start doing is talk a little bit about what our main focus has been so far in this early going. I know myself, I didn't get a big jump start on day 1, right? But from doing the free to play last year, I also understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint. As much as we love to be first and everything, it's really, there is no real rush to get everything done. What has been your guys' approach in these early days, right? Where it's like everything's new, there's so much stuff to do. Are you focusing on just champion leveling? Are you focused on champion acquisition with your shards? Are you focused on, being campaign missions? Like, what is it? Challenges? What is it that you guys have been focused on so much to start? Open book.
Go on.
Thanks. So I focused on leveling my starter champion. I started with Scale. But I got distracted by the missions a bit too much. So I could 6-star him. Yeah. I could 6-star him yesterday, but yeah, I got distracted a bit and I did it today. But yeah, now I'm on the right path. Now I'm just trying to grind some more chickens to level up my Mordecai and progress in dungeons.
When you say you got distracted by the missions, can you tell us what you describe what you mean by that?
Well, I got 2 missions where I had to do Ice Golem 10 times, get 25 potions. So I should have stopped at that point because that took a lot of energy and time to do. So I should stop a bit earlier and focus on leveling my champions.
That makes sense.
Good to know, because I'm literally doing those missions. So I'll stop right now and I will get back to my phone.
I was like, as you're mentioning those, I was like, oh, I remember those from last year. Yeah, I got distracted on that then too. I have not gotten to that point on my missions yet, so you're well ahead of me at this point. How important is it actually focusing on missions? I don't know. Maybe Jay, you want to talk to this a little bit, but like in that growth, we have these missions, we have these challenges that they kind of scale to where we're at, and as we're progressing. But how much are we supposed to really spend and pay attention to that as we're growing our accounts?
From what I've noticed, because I played a few free to play a few times myself, several occasions, and I like to make sure that the challenges, I don't go too deep, but I like to do them simultaneously with my missions, so I'm saving energy and being efficient. But like everyone said here, same thing with certain missions. You don't want to go too crazy because getting level your first starter champion to 60 is the most important. Sometimes I've done like 250s. But yeah, I definitely need to get my 60. I'm having a little hurdle there, a little trouble. Just in terms of energy, I might have done a little bit of extra stuff that I shouldn't have done. Also, another thing I noticed too, because I'm so used to having presets, I actually thought my champions were presetted, and it threw in what I previously used, and that happened to me so many times. I've probably lost at least 200 energy just from that.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. It's a whole different game when you're playing a free to play, where you're playing for the first time, as opposed to like your advanced accounts where you have all the champions and all the selections, and like you said, so many presets ready to go for yourself. It's really, I don't know how you'd say it. It's like, have you guys ever seen one of those mandala paintings, right? Like the Hindus do, right? Where the Buddhists, like, they make this big old dust painting, and and like just little bits of sand everywhere, and then they wipe it all away when they're done. That's what I feel like right now, where it's like everything got wiped away, and now I have to build this huge, intricate, delicate pattern all over again. And it can almost be overwhelming of like, where do I start? Which I think is why I'm asking, like, how much do you guys focus on missions? How much do you focus on challenges and stuff? Because like, I know for myself, I use that as my touchstone. Like, you know, I feel stuck a lot and I'm going, if I can do these missions, it keeps me on track. And that's one of the things I constantly keep coming back to is like, I'll be like, I don't know what to do. And I'll go, okay, well, let's do a mission then and see how that can go for us. As you can see, like, you know, I haven't advanced super far, but this is definitely something that I keep coming back to. I don't know if you're feeling the same way, Aang, or if there's a different approach that you've been taking, or how do you kind of keep yourself on track?
I think this is a good approach that you mentioned. You do campaign, because campaign is the main thing that we have to do.
Right.
And then when you get stuck, you go back to the missions and you look at the missions and, okay, let's do this mission. You refresh your mind and you come to the campaign again with a different approach. Maybe the mission was to like farm dragon and you get a new piece for your farmer or something. This for me was very good. I think the first 75 missions are very good for you to go deep on this, like follow it like mission after mission, especially because at the end you get 300 gems. And with this 300 gems, for myself at least, I already, my Elhain is level 50, 5-star, and I already have her masteries with those gems that I got from those missions. So I think this is a good start, because now I can like farm a little bit better than if I would not have masteries. And I think this is a good strategy.
Perfect. Okay, great. Well, look, I kind of been typically that's what I do too. I kind of bounce around. I focus on campaign and then I bounce back and forth with missions. Mostly, I mean, I get bored easy. I don't know about you guys. My ADHD goes crazy if I do the same thing too long. So I'm like, I got to mix it up a little bit. The missions and the challenges provide that for me, and also provides a little guidance to make sure that I am constantly pushing myself, advancing a little bit in all the different areas, and I'm not ignoring anything. So I appreciate that level of advice there. Remind me, because you brought up something that something about kind of focusing on getting that first 6-star champion, right? Definitely something that triggered for me, and I want to talk about that because I think that's such a big touchstone. It's a really big like milestone point for all of our accounts. We're all aware of it. And I kind of want to talk to you guys about our approach getting there. But before that, you mentioned something about getting your 800 gems, unlock your masteries. And I think this is something that is a really, really important question, because we get so many gems basically just due to the missions that we're doing, the all the stuff that kind of comes through, just advancing, right? You get a lot of gems early on. I have already on my account about 1,200 gems. Haven't finished my missions. I've only completed normal, campaign. I just haven't spent them on hardly anything. The one thing I've spent my gems on is I spent them on the marketplace. I felt like that was an important thing to unlock, in something I had neglected when I did my free-to-play last year. It's a great way to get those mystery shards. It's a great way to occasionally pick up a really OP piece of gear. More importantly, it's a good way to get more of those champions that you need. It's really the mystery shards. And the mystery shards is the big thing. But also, you get 5 ancient shards every month. Like there's some important stuff in there. And I had neglected that last time, but I fully unlocked it this time. Outside of that, I haven't spent any gems. I have a bunch of them. The competition's going too short to really do the gem mine, so we can take that question off the table. But there is a sparring pit, obviously, right? There's energy. That's a big thing. There's also, and then the big question is the masteries for at least 1, if not 2 champions on your account. So my question is, what do you guys think our gems should be spent on, right? You can see, I got 1,200 gems right there. We have a bunch of them. Where is it that you're spending them? Are you saving them? What do you feel like in this early part? Because we get so many, it's very easy to be frivolous with it. What is it you feel like we should be spending them on? I don't know. Maybe Sam, you want to lead us in here?
Yeah. So I think that first priority is buying masteries for your starter champion, because that gives you so much such a big boost in performance, so you can push harder.
Sure.
And grinding the masteries for 5 champions at a time, takes so much time. I remember the days when we couldn't buy the masteries, and it was such a pain. So yeah, I usually, because that's not my first free-to-play account, so usually I buy masteries for at least 2 champions, maybe 3, and then I move to usually spend it on energy to grind a bit more.
Right. Well, and gems are super important for things like fusions, right? Like being able to spend those gems to get more stuff. You guys have inspired me, by the way. I'm now gonna get the masteries for Kale. He's only level 550, but no, it's gonna be done. I'm doing it right now. Done. It happened. I just did that. The fun of playing the game with you guys. But yeah, you were talking about. I think that's a really good point that you bring up there. I think it's interesting that you're like, I'm gonna buy 2 champions. That's usually. 1 is a no-brainer for most people. 2 is a little bit, a little bit next level, and I appreciate you for it. But how do you guys feel about, saving those gems for things like, I didn't get my arm out of Jay's face there. How do you guys feel about, saving those gems for fusions, for stuff in the future coming down the road? Is that a priority? Or is it like a priority after the first 2 weeks or something like that?
I think for me, at least, my approach, I start thinking about like getting this. I think 2 weeks is a good time to like develop the accounts, develop my team. That I will do like mostly everything. I will probably buy Rathalos masteries as well, and then I think I will start saving for the next fusion. Because if we can do the next fusion, it's like a huge bump. Because I think not everyone will save, and maybe if we can do the fusion, like it's almost home stretch.
I mean, I agree. I think that one of the things we talked about as a group when we first started, it's like, should we be focusing on that next fusion? I agree that I think it's going to be a huge boost to our account, but of course, we do have Rathalos coming, so it's not like we are going to be lacking legendary champions, and getting books for them is probably the biggest challenge that any of us are going to have when it really comes down to it. So, maybe that's worth it. Maybe it's going to be a little excessive, but considering that in this competition, we have no legendaries, that fusion, if there is, the ones that do come, and inevitably they will be there, could be a really huge boost for our account. I don't know. Jay, are you feeling that same way where it's like that's something that I really want to get a hold of and plan for now, or is it something like we'll see when we get there? I'm not too concerned about it.
Well, if the next one, we've had a fragment summon with Zenoga right now, the next one most likely probably will be a fusion. Fusion's going to require, rares and epics. Our accounts are, unless we have those specific champions, it's going to be a little harder. So overall, unless it's another fragment summon, we should be able to use gems with that. But for fusion, it's going to be kind of tough. I'm going to be pulling lots of mysteries. Or, if you got lucky, you have the rares for it. Now,
this is why you open the market. This is why you get the market. The mystery shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely we have to try to do, anything that the game gives it to us. I just think that if there is a new fusion and they add new rares, hopefully they put them in the events. And even as a free-to-play player, if you need more extra energy, you can use your gems to get those rares and work your way towards the legendary fusion. But there are sometimes you can't go for the Lego, and it's better just to get the epics, and those epics can help you progress your account as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. We haven't had a traditional fusion in a while, so I'm not too... I mean, that's not... Yeah, I guess that's... I feel like it, that might just be something that they're phasing out. Like, even the last one... with the snowman, right? Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. Even that we had 4 epics that we had to fuse, get fragments for. So I don't know that it's going to be. I don't know that we're ever going to have traditional fusions again, or if we do, it might just be once a year. So it's kind of an interesting, thing coming forward. I got it's a little bit off track here though. We're talking about the fusion. So what is it? How do you, Jay? Tell me how you feeling about the gems? Like, where is your gem usage there? How do you go about wanting to do that? And then maybe Aang, you can follow up as well.
normally there's like this strong debate, like, you know, getting the gem mine, right?
Right.
But if you know if you're a new player or someone who's played it for a decent amount of time, you know that the gem mine is going to pay you back after a certain amount of time. But as a new player, it's better just to get your gems and get your 60 and master your starter, and even the second one usually, because it's a slug. That's about 2,000 energy. And if you put all your energy into masteries, you can't do campaign, you can't do dungeons. It just slows you down, and you just sit there waiting. I did it to myself, actually. I did a challenge where I didn't pull no ancients, no voids, no sacreds, only mystery shards, and tried to progress a free-to-play account like that. It was hard.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to do what they said. I'm definitely going to do Rathalos masteries and my starter. I'm using Athel. I'm going to instantly master them, get that done. And then those champions, Athel can get other champions masteries. She can solo and do it that way. And then the rest of the gems I save, I'm going to save them specifically for events or anything that my free-to-play account would need.
That makes sense. Aang, are you feeling the same approach with that, or anything? Or you have a different tack?
Especially I think the point about events is a very cool strategy. Like I always said that in my content, like it's way better if you save your resources and complete an event than you do like a little bit in every event. So I think saving our gems to complete a specific good event is like, it needs to be a must for our strategy.
I actually don't disagree with that at all. Speaking of strategy, this is actually really good. I think we'll kind of wrap it up here in a little bit, but I got a couple questions. One of the things I want to know strategy wise, right? There's two things. One, we're in the very early stages, right? This is week 1. So is it better to get your first 6-star ASAP, sacrifice whatever champions you have to do that? Or is it to be a little bit balanced? And while you're aiming for that 6-star, make sure that you save as many of the rare and epic champions that you do pull along the way to help fill out your roster early on. Like, this is actually perfect because I'm actually in this spot right now. I've unlocked Brutal. I've almost finished the Brutal campaign. Should I just be farming my epics, or like, you know, the campaign drop rares to kind of rank everybody up? Or should I just sacrifice people I have along the way? Should I be saving champions for the fusions that are available? You know, the rosin, the Broadmas, right? Like, is that something I should bother, you know, saving champions for? Well, I'm curious what your guys' approach is with that. These are always the debates I have, because I only have, you know, I feel like I only have so many champions, and I just want to level my guys up real quick right now. But, you know, for myself, I've got all these fusion champions I've kind of kept in my vault, and I'm like, is this the right approach? Should I just go ahead and sacrifice them? Should I care about them? How do you guys approach this kind of stuff? Because I got a bunch of crap champions, like a bunch of trash, right? And I'm like, should I save it? Should I get rid of it? I don't know what to do. I don't know. Sam, you want to kind of lead with that?
Yeah, so I always say that first thing you need to do is get your starter champion to 6-star. Second thing you need to do, get your second champion to 6-star. And the third thing you need to do, get third champion to 6-star. So that's always my approach.
Fair.
So currently I have very little champions on my account. Today I finally got someone useful. I got Apothecary. So I'm saving him. I will not feed him. And I left Soulbone Boyer. She's also valuable. But
yeah, she's really good too.
All gone. Apart from Mordecai, of course.
Oh, really? All right. Okay.
So now I'm a bit struggling with champions. I need more chickens. I need more shards. So that's why the market is valuable here.
That's very true. That's very true.
Every time it refreshes, I'm just there trying to pick something good.
For me, I have some like everything that is not being used but as food. Like I pulled Telesia, which is a very good champion. I have my Mordecai, and I just pulled Hope, which is an okay champion. And they will all be at 4-star level 40 because they are okay that way. everything else, I have some good uncommons like Shield Guard and the Outlaw Monk. They are like okay champions. I will be using them until 5-star level 1, and then I will use them as food. I mean, everything is food, except the good kind of little bit of good epics that and rares that you pull. But I like to upgrade some okay uncommon champions so they can help me along the way in the first like 3 to 4 days. Like my Outlaw Monk is my only poisoner right now, so I'm using him until he becomes food.
Got you. That makes sense. So you're more of a balanced approach. It sounds like where you're the ultimate idea is to sacrifice them all, but until that point comes, you might as well have them at 5-star or have them at 4-star 40, and utilize them in that kind of spot. And Jay, I noticed you shaking you're nodding your head over there. It sounds like you kind of take that a similar approach to things.
Yeah, I don't go as intense and just eat all of my champions. I like to be more of a balanced approach too. Like if I see an Armiger or if I see a Shield Guard.
Aang and Sam are clearly growing boys. They just need their vitamins. That's why they're eating everything. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I need to definitely, but when I see value champions, like I have Petrifia Rockroot. She's an amazing.
She's so good. She's so
exactly.
Good. Yeah.
I got a second of her, and I'm like, am I really gonna use a second? And then my brain's like, oh, but 2 of them stacking with each other. I'm like, oh, but at the same time, I'm like, I need chickens. Yeah, so I'm in this sort of crossroad of just like I need to start eating everybody, but I don't want to,
that's where I get stuck too. Yeah.
I'm very conservative and to a point where it's like when I'm at that like threshold where like, okay, here's a 6-star, who do I give up? But I'd rather level up the uncommons to become, 3 stars, 4 or 5s, and then just eat them that way. But if I have no choice, then I'll eat the epics or rares.
Yeah, one of the things I found both this year and last year is that Faction Wars has such a huge importance because of the gear sets, right? Those really valuable perception gear sets are just so nice to get, especially early on. One of the debates I have with actually feeding everything is, am I allowing myself to be successful in Faction Wars down the road, right? Obviously, there's some champions that you don't really miss and you have to sacrifice something. But this is one of the approaches I think for myself, just to talk, about me. One of the things I'm thinking about doing, which is very different from what I did before, is, especially because I've had kind of a slow start to things and I'm not feeling as much in a rush, I think I'm actually going to be more disciplined about using my uncommons and commons to rank up my champion. In the past, I've always used, what is available? What can I use, right? But I think what I'm going to try it this year. We'll see how it goes. Focusing on uncommons and commons, focusing on the farmable rares that come from campaign. But everything else, I think I'm just going to hold on to and just see how that goes. I don't know if this is a good approach. It might be a terrible one. But that's kind of what I'm focused on. But you brought up Petrifia Rockroot. My God, what a champion. Just unbelievably good. I've been so impressed with this champion. AoE skills, hits decently hard, brings you so much stuff to the table, right? Like we got poison sensitivity, decreased attack, more poisons, decreased defense. Like it, very underrated champion. I didn't realize how good this champion was until I started playing with her, and now I'm like booking her. I'm like, she's in my team, she's a part of my squad. I want to know from you guys though, because that's my big like, oh my gosh, this champion's way better than I thought. I'm so happy that I have him. Everybody else on my squad kind of sucks. But I'm wondering if you guys have anybody that you've pulled. I know, Aang, you mentioned you got Thalesia, which is like, I kind of hate you already just for getting that kind of going. But are there any other champions you guys have pulled that you're like, yes, this has been a really big help for me. This is a champion that I wasn't expecting. Any surprises along? I don't know if you want to, share any insights. Yeah.
All my rares just sucks.
Yeah.
But my Thalesia, I think she was known to do okay damage on Hydra for like advanced accounts. She's okay, but for the starter account, she's amazing because she's Force, and you need a Force champion or a Spirit champion to go against some phases in the campaign. She does AoE decrease defense with 100% without any books, and this is good, so good. Also, she has another AoE that extends debuffs.
Yeah.
I don't even have the passive. I think she puts Hex in her passive. I don't have that, and still she's so good. Especially for the 100% decreased defense without books. This is amazing. I'm booking Mordecai because I don't need books for her, and this is very good.
That's wonderful. That's really nice. I've been running with Miscreated Monster. Been very happy with that choice. Like, such a good champion early on. I imagine as we get further along, I'm gonna wish I had taken Allure or taken Mordecai instead. But right now, very very happy with it. Samel, how are you feeling with your champion selection so far? Champions you've gotten so far? Any insight or surprises you want to share with us?
Well, my luck was terrible so far. Didn't get any epics. Nothing, absolutely nothing. But I got Apothecary today for one shard, so that was lucky. That he will help me a lot.
That's better than my epic. I'll tell you that right now. So don't feel too bad.
Yeah. And well, I've been using a bit Runic Warder. He helped me to get some points in Fire Knight due to his reflect damage. But he's gone now. He helped me 6-star Kale. So
a worthy sacrifice.
Yeah, worthy sacrifice. Yeah, but I got I've got deal goal from my first void, so I will keep him his. Well,
that's a good.
Currently,
that's
he's my
a good champion.
Only champ with decreased defense, and his AOE also helped me quite a lot. So yeah,
that's a good one. So Dilgold's an interesting one. Runic Warrior. I'm actually really happy you said Runic Warrior. That's a champion I pulled that I was just gonna kind of never use and keep hidden because I just didn't have a lot of respect for him. But now I might have to reevaluate that, at least for Fire Knight. So that's very interesting. Jay, what about you? Any interesting champions that you've been pulled or outside of Petrifa, the Rockfoot? What's her name?
Well, outside of two of them.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I got Crimson Helm. She was one of my epics. She has the increased defense, revive on death. It's not really, revive, but it can help. And then the A2 just being able to provoke enemies does help as well. The decreased attack on the A1 as well is really nice, the 50%. I don't have any rares that do that right now. I don't have like a Coffin Smasher or something like that. I did get I got a lot of epics actually. I got 3. I got Grimskin. He's got decreased speed on the A1. But there's like provoke and everything else is like Grimskin? But campaign rares. I've just got a lot of campaign rares as well.
Grimskin. What's that? Oh, that's this guy. I remember him. Yeah, provoke's pretty solid. Yeah, in fact, nothing great about that guy, but I get it.
I think he's a good 4-star chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Really good 4-star chicken. Crimson Helm, though, that is an amazing pull. Honestly, that's a really, really, really good one. Brings a lot to the table. What was the other epic you got?
So Therisk, but I already ate her.
Oh. A worthy sacrifice for sure. Yeah, I got Yella Gurna. I'm real tempted to feed her. I don't see any way that this is gonna be a champion I'm really gonna want. He's got that amazing revive when you kill somebody ability. The single target block buffs and skills. AoE decrease attack. Really the only thing where I'm like, okay, there may be some value here, but I'm just, not really excited by that. The decreased attack means I can't feed her just yet, but I'm definitely not super excited. I did get Avir the Archmage, Alchemage, I should say. This is just a champion I've always liked as a rare champion, but rare. We'll see where it goes. Really, my only healer at the moment. So interesting kind of group. I'm real intrigued to see where everything goes. I'm super happy to have met you guys. Like, obviously, we got some veterans here. I got some advice I can lean on finally, which is great. Really excited to have these three kind of carry our squad. Is really what I'm looking forward to here. The Yodas to our Padawans here. I'm really looking forward to that. So appreciate you guys. I think we're gonna call it there, but I just want to say a big thanks to you guys for showing up. Make sure go check these guys out. I'm gonna have their stuff linked down below. I think everybody here has a YouTube channel. Some of our group I know are only streamers, so I'm gonna have whatever their links are for whatever they want to share with you guys in the description of all these free to play videos. So you always be able to check them out if you're interested in seeing how the rest of the team is functioning. And like I said, we're gonna try and do this every week. Have this kind of group chat event here. We'll see who's available. Maybe not everybody all the time, but hopefully we'll have a chance to kind of talk about where we're at right, at the moment in the game. So again, I want to say big thank you to J-Star, Samael, as well as Aang. Thank you guys so much for being here, for taking the time to talk with us. And yeah, that's all we got. Guys, go check them out. Till next we meet, the Deadwood Jedi.